Hello, my name is Anh. Today I'm going to show you a new Metabox extension that we've been working on lately. It's called Views, which helps you to pull Metabox views and view your templates on the front end fast and easily. Previously, when you need to get values of Metabox views, you need to use our helper functions and looking at the documentation to see which parameters you need. It might take you some time, and for people who don't code much, it might be confusing. But that day is over. With views, you can just select views you want to show and fill in some parameters you need. The plugin handles everything for you automatically. And you can control where to show the views on singular or archive pages. Let's get started. I have created a custom post type called Events, and each event has some custom fields like Date, which is just a simple date picker field, Location, which is a text field, Maps, which is an OpenStreetMaps field. You can use Google Maps if you want, but I want to avoid setting up the Google Maps API key for simplicity. The map is connected with the location fields above. And finally, we have ticket field, which is a clonable group. Each ticket has 3 subfields like title, price, and by URL. The event post type also has feature image and a custom taxonomy types, which I use to categorize events. I use Metabox extensions to build all these things without touching code, specifically the MB custom post type to handle the post type and Metabox builder to handle the custom fields. I also use a custom minimal theme for testing. It shows only post title and post content for events, and for the event archive pages, it's just a playlist of all the posts. And we are going to use views to redesign the events, single, and archive templates. And this is the result, the events archive page and single event page. Let's create a view to display event details on singular template first. Go to Metabox, Views, and create a new view. On the Add New View screen, just enter the title for the view, like Events Single. You can enter anything you want. The title is for reference only and has nothing to do with the template. Below the title is the main template editor for the view. Each view will have 3 editors for template, CSS, and JavaScript. In the template editor, you can enter any HTML, CSS, or even JavaScript. You can also use shortcodes in the template and they will be passed on the front end. If you want to keep CSS or JavaScript separated, you can use the CSS and JavaScript editor. We'll get back to the main editor a little bit later. Let's see other things on the screen. The Settings Metabox. The Setting Metabox allows you to set a view for singular or archive templates, just like this. Or you can choose Custom to show the view in another place if you want. In this case, you need to use the shortcut to insert the view manually. The shortcut is available on the right at this location when you save the view. So let's try to save it first. And you see the shortcut is here. If you choose to use the view for singular or archive template, you can set location rule for it. The location rules allow you to set where to display the view. As you can see, it shows all post types and custom taxonomies. If you choose Archive View, you can also select other archive pages such as Author Archives, Date Archives, and Search Results page. We'll see the archive rules later when we build events archive page. For now, we'll stick with a singular rule. You can add multiple rules if you want by clicking the OR button. In this case, the view is served for the post which is satisfy either the conditions. For example, we can build a template for all singular events and singular posts, just like this. All events and posts. Select all posts. If you want to have more restricted rules, you can add a new rule group. For example, create a template for posts that belong to both a specific category and a specific tag, just like this. For posts in a specific category, like updates, and in a specific tag, just featured, just like this. And for each view, we have options to render it for the whole layout between the header and footer or only the post content area. While rendering for the whole layout is powerful because you can control how the layout looks, rendering for the post content is quite helpful if you already have a good layout, like content on the left and sidebar on the right, and you just want to change the content area. If you choose to render for only the post content area, we can pre-paint it before the post content or append it after the post content or replace the whole post content area. We also have another setting to set the order for the views. Let's say we have two views that both append to post content. Which view will render first? This order setting is needed in this case. The view with a lower order will render first. Let's get back to our case. We set the view for singular events and all events, and render only in the post content area and replace the post content area. Now let's get back to the editor. I'm going to use Style with CSS to design the template. It's an utility CSS framework which gains a lot of traction recently. So let's write some basic layout first. A div which has flex layout, and we will display the post thumbnail on the left and event details on the right. To insert post thumbnail, just click the Insert Field button. It will open a panel on the right where you can see all the views, including post views, site views, user views, and even query views. This views is categorized into post, site, user, query, and in each tab, you can see mailbox views below the main views. All views are here, including clonable groups. Groups are marked with an arrow, which allows you to toggle subviews. And clonable views are marked with an icon. If you use our plugin MB settings page, you can create settings page views which will appear here. If you use our MB user meta to add custom views to users, you will see the custom views for users appeared in this area. So in this case, we need to insert our post thumbnail. In the pop-up, you can choose image size and what you want to output. Please note that depends on the field type, there might be different settings for them. So in this case, I'm going to choose the thumbnail size and output the image tag. I'll add some CSS classes for the image. Margin right. And add a wrapper div for the event details. Flex 1, which means take on the other space. And then we need to insert event date and location. So let's write some HTML first. Insert event date. For the date field, there's an option to choose the date format. You can choose custom format if you want. It accepts the same parameters as the PHP date function. For the demo, I will use the default WordPress setting. And then location. Just select location field. And after that, we will insert the event description, which is the post content. To insert post content, just select post content from the list. Let's save the view and see how it works. Refresh the page. Yes, it works quite well. Now get back to our view and we are going to show the map and tickets. Let's write some heading first. Find your way to the event and insert the map. The map has some settings for output like default map style or custom style, or if you want to output only latitude or longitude. In this case, I'm going to use a custom style, which I will change the height for the map container. And insert tickets. Write some heading first. Tickets. I show all tickets in a table. So let's create a table first. And to insert tickets, just click the tickets group. As you notice, this syntax is not HTML, it's something different. And actually, it's the Twig template system that we use in Views. Twig is a powerful template system which allows us to design the template easily. We have a reference link here below the editor, which you can click to see the reference of Twig. There are a lot of things you can learn from Twig, but the most important thing is how to output variables, just like this. The variables is outputted inside double brackets. When you write something like this, it will fetch an element from an array or a property from an object. Another thing you need to check out is the control structure, where you need to write if and for syntax. There are many more beautiful things that you can do with Twig, like filters. In this video, I'm not going to talk too much about Twig, but I think you can discover it yourself later. Back to our view, I'm going to use the for loop to display all the tickets. For each ticket, will display as a table row. So let's write some HTML first. A table row. A column for ticket title. A table column for ticket price, and a column for buy now URL. And then we need to insert ticket fields. Just click a row to toggle on the ticket fields, and click the title to insert ticket title. Click the price and click the buy URL. For the price, I will show the currency symbol before the number, and for the buy URL, I will wrap it in a link tag. And that's all. Let's save it and preview the result. Well, it works perfectly. The maps and the tickets. Now we have the singular event displayed beautifully. The next step will be creating a view for the event archive page. Let's create another view. Enter the title and select location rules for archive, the event archive, or all event types. And we will render the view for the whole layout between the header and footer. Save the view first. First, I wrap on the content in the tag to make sure the main area is not full width. Now we need to insert the query loop. To do that, just click Insert Field, find the query type, and insert loop. As you can see here, the plugin automatically inserts a for loop which uses Twig syntax. We need to remove the placeholder text inside the for loop and insert our events here. For each event, I'll make a wrapper div which has flex, layout, margin bottom, border with gray color, and routed. Let's insert the event thumbnail, which has thumbnail size and insert as a image tag. The thumbnail will have routed on the left, routed, border on the right, and border color gray. And now let's insert the event details, which has class flex 1 and some padding. Let's insert the post title, the event title with a link to event URL, and we will mark it as a heading which has some margin on the bottom. And then show the event date and location, which is simple location. Yep. And finally, show the event description, which is the post content. Div class, margin top 3, and show the post content. Let's save it and preview the events archive page. Yes, it works beautifully. But if you notice there is no pagination here, we need to go back to our view and insert the pagination. So just click the insert field and navigate to query and insert pagination. We'll choose numeric or next previous type. For this case, we'll use numeric. So update. And let's check the archive page again. Well, the pagination is here. So we are done redesigning our event archive page. Let's take a look at our event singular page and event archive page. So in this video, I have shown you how to use views to create templates for singular and archive pages. I also introduced the template editor for views, which supports Twig template system and also the powerful of location rooms. With views, you can customize almost all templates in WordPress, even for post types that don't have mailbox views. I'll get back to you in future videos showing more capabilities of views. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel to be notified first. Goodbye for now and thank you for watching.